Okay, so this is the last part of the final video of the full stack courses. Okay, so if we go into the Visual Studio Code, so we already npm run dev. Okay, so we need to go into the course item. Okay, so because right now we are logging as microprocessors and we have this discrete math course. We only have one course. Okay, but yeah, we only have one course. Let's submit another one. Let me see, microprocessors. I don't know, chip design, something like that. Yeah, so we have two now, but in order to delete these courses, so how we delete it? Okay, so we have two courses. Let me see. Yeah, we have discrete math and chip design. Okay, how we can delete it? Okay, let me see. If we go into the users and then courses, we have it in the Mongodb database. We are gonna go into the course item and we are gonna use the use dispatch. Okay, so we can go right here and we're gonna import the use dispatch. So the use dispatch, and this is gonna come from React-Redux. Okay, that's fine. And we're gonna go right here like that, and we're gonna initialize it. So we do const dispatch and set it to use dispatch. So we have that so far. And what else? Let me see how it's looking. Yeah, we need to go into the okay, so we have the div and we have the h2. Okay, so we have a div inside of this angle bracket single or empty angle brackets. We have a div and then we have an h2. So we have the div and the h2. So below we're gonna have our button. Okay, so and let me see how is let me just put it like that. So we're gonna have a button like that. We're gonna save it, and inside of this button we're gonna have a function, and we can put in, I don't know, we can put in delete or just a big X. Let me see. Yeah, so we can have this big X like that. Let me see, let me log out as well, and let me log in as circuits. Okay, 1 2 3 4. Yeah, we have, it's looking fine. Okay, so here we're gonna have a function that we haven't created yet, but we're gonna do it right here. So let me see, Visual Studio. Okay, let me see. So it's gonna be onClick. Okay, so it's gonna be onClick, and we're gonna open curly braces, and now inside of this curly braces we are gonna have an arrow function. Okay, so parentheses and then our arrow. Okay, so we are gonna have we're gonna dispatch a function. Okay, so we're gonna dispatch, and we have we brought in the we imported the use dispatch, and we have initialized it here in number 6. Okay, so now we're gonna dispatch a function and we're gonna name it delete. Okay, so it's gonna be delete course. We haven't created this function yet, but we are gonna use it, and we are gonna delete, let me see, we're gonna delete camel notation. We're gonna delete the course that, and it's gonna be that underscore ID. Okay, so we have that on click, everything is fine. So we should have some errors obviously because we don't have this delete course function yet. Okay, so we need to go into the slice. Okay, so we need to go into the course slice, and as you can see we have the create new course and then get the user courses. Okay, so let's grab this one. Let's just copy, and we're gonna go right here, and in steps, let me see what happened here. Let me paste copy, and we're gonna go right here. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So delete, yeah, we can just put in delete course for the comment, so it's just gonna be delete user course. Yeah, that's fine. So we have 3 so far. Okay, so we have export cans. Obviously this one, instead of create, is gonna be delete. Okay, so delete course. Okay, and then we set it to the create async thing. This never changes, by the way, don't make a mistake, this never changes. But courses, and instead of create, this one is gonna be delete. We can save it. And asynchronous, we have the course data. That's fine. No, we're not passing the data, we're passing the ID. Okay, so we're passing the ID and the ThunkAPI. That's fine. Now in the try and catch, so we have the token, ThunkAPI. That's the way we get the user. Okay, and then return away core service. So we're going to be working with our core service as well, and it's going to be core service that delete course. Okay, so this one has to be delete course. Okay, so it's going to be delete, yeah, let me see. So this one has to be, yeah, delete course. Instead of the course data, again, we, as we did here, we are gonna take in the ID. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so we have the courses, the lead ID, and the error. Yeah, return the ThunkAPI, reject with value message, everything is fine. And we have that error to a string. Okay, so make sure that you have all this. Well, since it's a copy and paste, and our catch, we should have this when this we initialize the message, we have the error that responds, all this stuff, and or error to a string. Okay, so we have that so far. And let me see, so we have get state that user, and it has to be the lead. Yeah, what else do we need here? Okay, so yeah, we don't need anything else. Well, we are gonna use that one. Okay, but let's go to the servers for a moment. So we are gonna go into the servers. So we need to go into the, what it was, core service. And again, we're gonna do pretty much, I didn't make comments here, but we can just grab this one, copy, and let me see, we can just go right here. Okay, so we're gonna have an delete course, so it's gonna be delete course. That's fine. And this one is gonna be course ID. So course ID with camel notation, we take in the token. Yeah, everything is fine. We have the response, then we have the API underscore URL, but this time is we're gonna add this one, the course ID. Okay, so the course ID, and we don't need the course data, obviously. We can save it, delete course, everything is fine. So we can put it right here, and it's gonna be delete course, and we can put a comma as well. So save it, and let me see. Yeah, we don't have any error, so we have that so far. Obviously we still, yeah, course item, delete course is not defined. Okay, that's fine. So we have the delete course, or let me see, delete course. We have the course ID, everything. Yeah. So let me double check something here. So we have the course Axios, obviously. We haven't, I almost missed it here. So when you copy and paste, so make sure that you change this. So we have the response away Axios. That instead of post, it has to be delete. So just keep that in mind. So save it. And let me see what else do we need here. Yeah, well, if we have some errors, it's gonna tell us. Okay, so that's fine. Save it. And yeah, delete course. Yeah, we have exported it as well. And now we need to go into the course slice. Okay, so we need to go into the course slice. So get courses and delete course. So what it says here, and course item. What is course item? Course item. Dispatch delete. Oops. Well, it says delete course is not defined. Okay, that's fine. Delete course is not defined, so we are dispatching, we are using the use dispatch to dispatch this function, but we haven't brought in that function. That's the reason. Is yes, it does it automatically for us. So let me see. So we are bringing now the delete course from features courses. Let me see. Yeah, feature courses and the courses slice. Let me see if that, yeah. So now it looks, obviously nothing's gonna happen yet. Well, pending fulfill. Let me see if we have the course. Logic design is still here. So logic design lab. Yeah, we have deleted it. That's fine. So let me see if I can delete the logic design lab as well. So logic design lab, but as you can see, we need to refresh it. So once you refresh it, that's fine. So let me see if we go into what it was, logic design, and logic design, but it deletes it from the UI, but it doesn't delete it from the database. So let me double check. Okay, biology, discrete chip, biology, chemistry, music, Java. Well, it does, so that's fine. So let me see if we can do that the same with the what it was, microprocessors. So let me see, microprocessors, and then we have 1 2 3 4, and let's just delete the chip design. Okay, so again, it doesn't automatically, it doesn't do it for us, so I have to refresh it manually. But if I go to the course, yeah, we only have one, the discrete math. So the chip design, this chip design, we refresh it, it should be gone. So Control R, fetching, and it has deleted from the database as well, so that's fine. Okay, so we need to work into, we don't have to refresh it or manually. So to do that, we're gonna go into the course slice. So what is the course slice? And we need to do that. So we are almost done, as you can see. So we can just grab, let me see, so this one goes right here. Yeah, that's fine. It should be right here. So Control C, and I'm gonna go right here. We're gonna have, well, these three get courses. So this one, and this one. So we're gonna have delete course. Okay, so we're gonna have that delete course. We can save it and double check that we didn't mess up this one. So let me see. So we have 3 create course, so we have 3 get courses and then 3 delete course. That's fine. And we're gonna have some errors here, so let me see. Yeah, so the first one, so the state that is loading, we set into true. That's fine. Then we have that delete that fulfill, then when it's fulfilled the state that a success is true. That's fine. And in the delete course that rejected the state that is error, we set it to we set it to true. Yeah, that's fine. But in order for this to pretty much, we don't have to refresh it manually. We have to do something here in the delete course that fulfills, so state that courses, we need to set it up to the state that courses and then filter. So it's gonna be state that courses and then filter. We're gonna filter the course by the course ID when the course ID is not equal to the action that payload that ID. So let me see, state that courses that filter, and let me see if that is okay. If that does it, so state that courses that filter when the course we have the course that underscore ID is not equal to the action that payload that ID. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that should do it. So let me see, everything is fine. Control R, MongoDB. Okay, so let me see if this works. Okay, so let me welcome microprocessor, so let's do it. And as you can see, we don't have to refresh it automatically. So welcome to microprocessor. So this is the microprocessors auth state, and the courses, it doesn't have any course. So if we go, it should be discrete math tool, but now if I refresh it, it should be gone. So Control R. This, yeah, biology lab. So let's start microprocessor. So we can put in, I don't know, what is some courses. So we're gonna have the hexa, yeah, the hexa numbers, so some classes, no, so hexa numbers and ASCII. Okay, so something like that, we can submit that. So we have that, and if we go into the courses and I refresh it, we should have it right here. So hexa numbers and ASCII. Okay, but I'm gonna delete it from here. If I delete it, if I click this X, it should be automatically, so I shouldn't be having to refresh it manually. So I'm gonna do it, and you're gonna see it right here as well. So pending fulfill. Okay, so I'm just click it, and you can see fulfill, pending fulfill, and it did it automatically. You have not set any courses, and as you can see, we have, okay, so we don't have any of those. So we are gonna have, let me see what else. So we can log out, and we are gonna go into the, I think, the PJS. So let me see, 1 2 3 4. Okay, so the PJ, yeah, okay, so C++, discrete math, trigonometry for Java 2, music and arts. Okay, so let me see, music and arts. So what is this? So this music and okay, all of these 5 are of the PHS. I'm gonna delete all of these. Okay, so as you can see, I have C++, discrete math, chemistry, trigonometry, Java 2, and music and arts. Okay, so I'm gonna delete all of those for the PHS. What it was? Okay, so delete that one, delete discrete math, delete trigonometry, delete Java, and delete music and arts. As you can see, we don't have to refresh it manually. And if I go right here, so they are still appearing, but if I refresh it, they have gone. Okay, so now we can have software. Okay, software engineering for PJS. Okay, let's submit it, and the PJS only is gonna have one course. Okay, so it's gonna be the software engineering for PJS, and it's gonna appear right here if I refresh it. And as you can see, we have it here. So you can add, delete. We're gonna delete it, and we don't have it. Okay, so and then log out. So this is a complete CRUD functionality. We can register, log in, log out. We can add courses, we can delete courses, and we're gonna add it to the database as well as delete it from the database. What else do we need here? You can do the update, so that would be a complete CRUD functionality. Okay, so but this is it. So this is the end for this full stack API for courses. Okay, using MongoDB as a database, we have used Redux, React, and Express.